Oh yeah. I also added in an extra little clip that goes back into my second video that I made that's on YouTube about the UFOs, but we call them IFOs. They call them UFOs, which is unidentified air flying objects, and we call them identified flying objects. So I added a little clip to this to let y'all know what's going on because they got to let us know what's going down by the summertime. This ain't no joke. Like, the government has to let us know what's going on with the UFOs, as they call them, by the summertime. Period. I also added in some pictures of the spaceship. That picture I was trying to show y'all in that last video, I added the picture in for y'all to see the ring inside the ring, the spaceship I was talking about. I also added in the picture about Easter. I also added in some other definitions, and I also added in some stuff I looked up about food that we are eating. I repeat, I also added in food that we are eating. They are putting baby fetus in some of the food that we are eating. It's online. You can go and look it up and read it for yourselves. You know what I'm saying? It's not fake. It's real. Like, they trying to divert you from the truth, but the truth is some of these companies are partners with the company that puts baby fetus inside food products and vaccinations. Let's keep it real. They put baby fetus in some of these vaccinations. Now, I didn't get the whole list of all the vaccines they use baby fetus for, but I did list some of them with the picture I took. And with that being said, check it out for yourself.
Yeah, I was just doing this video. I don't know if anybody's heard of this. I'm just now catching wind of this. But you see the article, it says COVID bill includes a 180-day countdown for Pentagon to make UFO disclosures. All right. It says it follows the official release of military UFO videos earlier this year. So apparently this bill that Donald Trump signed, the COVID bill, it includes a 180-day countdown for the Pentagon to let everybody know what was going on with these UFOs disclosures that they got. So I'm gonna just read a little bit of this article, then I'm gonna go to a clip. So it says, attached to the 5,593-page coronavirus relief bill the president signed on Sunday is an unexpected proposition, a request for the Pentagon to brief Congress on all it knows about unidentified flying objects within 180 days. Now remember, this is signed by President Trump. This article is from Wednesday, December the 30th. All right, so Joe Biden the year hadn't started yet. So it says, though not in the text of law itself, a comment from the Senate Intelligence Committee attached to a portion of the package funding intelligence operations asked the Director of National Intelligence to consult with other top defense officials and spy chiefs to submit a report on unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP. The government argued for UFOs within 6 months. It says the briefing will cover observed airborne objects that have not been identified and feature detailed analysis of unidentified phenomena data collected by geospatial intelligence, signals intelligence, and C, human intelligence, and D, measurements and signal intelligence according to the request. All right, so you get the gist. 180 days, they're supposed to be releasing this information, and like I heard on one of the interviews, the guy was saying that they only have to release information that's been unclassified or non-classified or something like that. Classified information, they're not going to come out with that. So, who knows what this is all about, but we know we're in the end of this thing, and Esau's in trouble now.
With the news coming out the last few days about, the president signing the gigantic omnibus in Congress, what's the new nugget that's kind of interesting to those who pay attention to UFOs?
Well, it's the fact that embedded in this on the act that's now been signed is the Intelligence Authorization Act for fiscal year 2021, and that has in it language on UFOs, and specifically, or should I say UAP, as the phenomenon is known within government, unidentified aerial phenomena. And specifically, there is a request from the Senate Intelligence Committee to the Director of National Intelligence that a report be produced about the phenomenon within 180 days of enactment. So the clock is ticking.
Yeah, and this is in regards to, from what I understand, the Pentagon's new UFO task force. A task force was essentially put together and announced officially by the Department of Defense. And as you mentioned earlier, one of the specific details about this report is that it's due within 180 days of its inception, which, if it in fact appears to be that the president has approved this bill, that puts us in June. So in June, towards the end of June, the government has to start revealing their reports, their findings on UFOs, correct?
That's right. And there's some good news and some bad news here. The good news is that they might even come in early. There's no reason to say they're going to take the full 180 days, so we may well get it at any stage, particularly if I say that they've probably already been working on some of this. The bad news is that a lot of this may still be highly classified. So it's one thing for the Senate Intelligence Committee and the Armed Services Committee and some others in Congress to get this, but I think there are questions over precisely what, if anything, the general public will get.
And I think it's important to note and to say and emphasize that the reason why any of this is happening, the reason why this task force was put together, the reason why Senate Intelligence was briefed on this, that senators were briefed on this, that of course the president was briefed on this, is because over the last few years it's come out that the U.S. military pilots and personnel are encountering unknown, fast-moving, weird stuff in the air, and to this day, no determination as to what these things are has been made. Correct?
That is correct, and indeed, on the Pentagon's website, you can still see the press release where they said these three videos, the ones that were put out some years earlier, these three videos, the phenomenon characterized, remain unidentified. And that's still their line. So, and the other point with all this is, yes, we've seen three videos, but in their public statements, both from the DoD and from the Navy earlier, it's been made very clear that this is just the tip of the iceberg, that it's an ongoing series of these encounters in the restricted military aerospace around aircraft carriers, for example, but also military installations and other facilities on the continental United States. And again, this was behind the Senate Intelligence Committee's demand for action. They said, look, we don't even know really within government and the military and the intelligence community who knows what about this. So firstly, we want some cohesion among government so that we're all singing from the same hymn sheet. And secondly, we want something done about this. We don't want everyone just saying, well, that's interesting. We want people saying, look, half of the people think it's Russia. Some people think it's China. Some people think it's extraterrestrial. What are we dealing with here? And that's what we're going to try and untangle. But as I say, whether Congress gets definitive answers is very different from whether the media and the public get them. And it's much less likely, I think, media and the public will get let into the secrets of what the government knows about this.